When it comes to a great feast, the ultimate ham recipe is a little smoky, a little sweet, and will have your mouth watering in no time. Which is why today, we're making an apricot glazed ham on the kettle grill. Coming up. Hey, welcome back to Adrenaline Barbecue. I'm Jabin Postal, and today at the grill, we're cooking up the ultimate ham recipe using the Slow N Sear and kettle grill. And just like always, the full recipe will be in the description box below, so make sure to click down there to see everything that you need for this cook. For some, ham can be very frustrating to cook because when we follow the instructions that come with your ham, it often turns out to be really dry and that smoke flavor is really just barely noticeable. So today we're going to be throwing out the instructions that came with our ham, and we're going to be cooking it a lot lower and slower to help keep that moisture in. We're also going to be adding a touch of fresh smoke to add to that flavor. We're going to wrap it in foil, sizzle on the glaze, and finally we're going to make a sauce that's going to penetrate the meat and add back moisture. Before getting to the ham, let's start with the spicy apricot glaze. We love this glaze because it's a great blend of sweet and savory that pairs well with the salty ham for the perfect bite. This glaze recipe is really easy to put together, and so we'll make sure to have that full recipe in the description box below for you. So once your glaze has been made, you're going to move on to creating your broth mixture. To do this, we're going to take 1 cup of our chicken broth and we're going to place that into our saucepan. Then we're going to whisk in 4 tablespoons of that spicy apricot glaze using medium heat until it's fully dissolved. We have the Slow N Sear partially set up for our cook today using about 20 to 25 briquettes, which is a little bit more than we would normally use to start, but because we are using it to blend our broth together, we needed to add just a few more so that later when we get our ham onto the grill, we can get our temperatures to 225 degrees. Once that's done, put it off to the side as we'll be using this later on during the cook. Next, let's move on to our ham, and we've picked up this nice 8-pound spiral cut ham. We've chosen this one specifically because it's already been trimmed well for us and has a nice shape. If your ham still has the skin on it, go ahead and remove that as well as any of the fat that's on there, because later on in the cook when we go to put our glaze on it, we want that glaze going directly onto the meat. If your ham is like ours and is a spiral cut, what you're going to want to do is give it a quick spritz with water just to help retain some of that moisture from the slices. So now that our ham is finished being prepped, we're going to go in and finish setting up our Slow N Sear. So what I've done is added in about 3/4 of a chimney basket full of unlit briquettes. And then I'm going to take some hot water and place that into the water reservoir. Once you have that done, we're going to place another piece of wood onto the coals. We're going to close the lid and get our grill set up for cooking at 225 degrees. Now that our grill is set up and cooking at 225 degrees, it's now time to get our ham onto the grill. You will also notice that we've already added a little bit of wood to add a light smoke. Remember though, you don't need much smoke since the meat has already been smoked once already. So when that's all done, we're going to close the lid and begin heating this ham for about 30 minutes. Our ham has now been smoking on our kettle grill for 30 minutes, and it's now time to get it off the grill and into our foil wrap. And so what we did to do that is ripped off about 5 feet of extra strength aluminum foil. Then I folded it in half so we can wrap the entire ham as well as add some extra strength. We're going to take the ham off the grill and place the flat side on the foil, making sure that we don't puncture the foil with the bone. Next, we're going to pour half of the broth mixture over the meat and seal the meat and broth mixture in the foil, making it look like a giant candy kiss. Also, make sure to crimp the seams nice and tight because we don't want any steam escaping or broth leaking. This technique helps it to cook faster by generating a little steam, which penetrates faster than dry heat and keeps the meat moist. All right, so our ham is all wrapped and we're gonna get it back on the grill, but just in case we do have any leaks, we're gonna place our drip and griddle, or drip pan into the kettle grill on the indirect side. Next, we are gonna place our digital thermometer into our ham, and we just wanna get it into the thick part of the ham, just above the liquid level. And we're looking for about 1 inch away from the bone. So once we have our ham back on the grill, we're going to close the lid and we're going to continue cooking this until it reaches an internal temperature of 130 degrees. So our ham has now been heating in our foil pouch for about 2.5 hours, and the internal temperature has just reached 130 degrees. So we're gonna open up the lid here. Then we're gonna carefully remove our thermometer and pull back our aluminum foil. And when we do this, we need to be careful not to lose our juices, because this is going to be the basis of our sauce later on. So once we have our foil wrap opened up, we're just going to take our glaze and begin to sauce the entire outside of our ham. We want to make sure we coat it generously as well. We want to use up a lot of this glaze because it's going to add a lot of flavor to the outside of this ham. Man, this looks and smells so good already. So once we have that glaze on our ham, we're gonna leave our foil open so that the glaze can get a little bit tacky and thicken up. And we're gonna close the lid and continue cooking for about 10 more minutes. So another 10 minutes has passed and our glaze is thickened up nicely. And so we're gonna go in and we're just gonna baste it one last time using the drippings that have collected into our foil pouch. So we have our ham off the grill and we're gonna transfer our juices into a saucepan, as well as get our ham back onto the grill, because we're gonna caramelize the glaze onto the outside. So we're gonna carefully just pick up our ham and get it over here for now. Then in our saucepan, we're just gonna pour all of our juices. And once that's done, we're just gonna put this off to the side and we're gonna let it stay warm. For the last part of this recipe, we're gonna move the ham over the hot side of the grill with the glaze facing the heat. But be careful, because we want that glaze to sizzle but not blacken, and this really won't take a lot of time. We're just trying to caramelize those sugars and develop more flavor. And so with the Slow N Sear, you'll want to use the cold grate technique and only sear for about 30 seconds, maybe up to a minute, before you roll the meat to expose more surface for searing. So just after a couple minutes of searing, this ham is all done. So we're gonna let it rest for just a couple minutes. All right, guys, this ham absolutely smells phenomenal. I can't wait to cut into it and give it a taste. I'm gonna slice down the bone here. Wow, this looks incredible. So I'm gonna grab a piece. Let's go right here in the middle. I'm gonna take this out. Oh, it's juicy. And give it a slice. Pour a little bit of our juice over top of this ham, over top of my piece. And here we go. This is the taste test. Wow, man, this ham is awesome. That apricot glaze is spicy, it's sweet. The saltiness from the ham is coming through and balancing it all out. This is a winner. You're gonna love it, I know it. Wow, this really is the ultimate ham recipe. If you haven't yet tried cooking your ham on the grill, make sure to give this recipe a try for your next holiday feast. Also, if you like what we're doing on this channel, make sure to hit that subscribe button as well as leave a comment down below on how your ultimate ham recipe turned out. I'm Jabin with Adrenaline Barbecue Company, where we didn't invent the kettle, we perfected it. See you next time.